The day started with the military trumpet playing "To the Colors," which calls everyone to face the flag and carries the same status as the national anthem.
Oh, say can you see?
Veterans, their families, and friends had come to the Veterans War Memorial of Texas in South McAllen on this particular Saturday morning as part of the ceremonies for LZRGV, LZ standing for Landing Zone, RGV, Rio Grande Valley. An entire day dedicated to officially welcoming back home the veterans of the Vietnam War. For some, it had been 40 years.
And there was no fanfare, but I'm glad that some people is waking up finally and thanking some of those people.
The reception that we got each time I came back in California was, shall we say, something less than cordial. A lot of protesters outside of the fence and so forth, calling us a lot of less than complimentary things.
40 years, that's a long time to wait for a kind word.
We were never given a welcome, as the others have been having, on the other conflicts. And I think it's long overdue, and this is very nice that they're having it.
For the land of the brave and the home of our brave.
And have it they did, and thankful they were.
And I think you'll agree with me that there is no other part of Texas that is as patriotic as the Rio Grande Valley.
And thankful they were to the other soldiers, those who hold up the home front in time of war.
And they suffer every time that we deploy to war. They go to war also, so we have to thank them, our spouses and our children, for everything that they have done to support us as we, the warriors, have gone off to defend our great democracy. Que Dios los bendiga y nos vemos a la noche.
There were many in attendance the entire day, some who had done their duty and had gone off to defend our great democracy, each one returning with hard lessons learned.
I would tell you that having served in our military, the Marine Corps, having served in Vietnam, made me a better person. I learned to appreciate our country, our freedom, and our way of life.
And then there are those who did not return. Mary Ellen Rio traced the name of the boy next door, who grew up across the street, went to Vietnam, and didn't come back.
We had several young men that went to war from that area. A lot of them were drafted. Some went willingly to serve their country. And Bill was one of those who was not drafted. He went to serve because he wanted to.
There are many such stories, too many, and each one touches home.
One is Private First Class Alvarez, and another one, Lieutenant Wetzel. You say, well, what do they have to do with each other? They're both from McAllen, both went to McAllen schools, and they both went in the service. And they both died for the country. It's a little different on how they got there. PFC Alvarez had to stay behind and work for his family, and support his family. Lieutenant Wetzel went to college. He got out of college and went to Vietnam as a lieutenant and an officer. Whereas a little different is PFC Alvarez is the first citizen of McAllen to die in Vietnam, our first soldier gone. And of course, Lieutenant Wetzel's dad was the mayor. So those were their dissimilarities were. Otherwise, both gave their life for our country, and both left families to grieve every day for the loss that they have. And so this memorial is more than just a granite and a place of general remembrance. It's a place for each and every individual who lost his life and for the families that left behind.
The Veterans War Memorial of Texas in McAllen, here for all of us.
But also, I think it's important for us to continue to celebrate our veterans, and this place of honor is just the beginning. We haven't finished it. We want to have that spire going up there where everyone can see it from a long distance. And it takes a little bit of money to do that. So I want to encourage all of you, no matter how small you think a contribution will be, any contribution will help us develop and create this memorial in a better and special place.
And a new special part of this special place was unveiled with the names of all 3,000 Texans killed in Vietnam. Our fathers, our sons, all brothers in arms. "40 years, the war is over, the protests are over, but some scars still remain." And so now this is years later. Is this a good thing?
Yes. It really makes me feel better.
And so it should, for all of us. Neil Gonzales, MCN.